The story of our company began over 130 years ago. It was 1875 when, after 20 years at sea in the Merchant Navy, Charles Wells arrived back in Bedford. Charles had fallen in love with a lady called Josephine Brimley, much to the concern of her father, who announced no daughter could marry a man who spends months away at sea. Charles, desperate to marry Josephine, left his seafaring career and settled down. He bought a brewery and 32 pubs at an auction for £16,700. By 1890, Charles owned 80 pubs and brewed 12,552 barrels a year. Charles had known the best beer needed good quality water. That's why he sourced and drilled his own well. So as time went on, the business grew, as did his family. Charles Wells had lots of children, and so did they. From one generation to the next, they kept up the family business, buying more breweries and more pubs. By 1976, the demand for the company's beer had grown and the old brewery was knocked down. Exactly 100 years since the company established, we moved to Havelock Street, Bedford, and installed a state-of-the-art bottling line. We're always innovating. Introducing bottled beer in 1893, producing lager in the 1970s, and exporting our finest ales in the 80s. We even began exporting the idea of the Great British Pub across Europe. This went down well, and so we have franchises in Italy, Russia, Hungary, and Poland, with directly managed Charles Wells pubs in France. And if this wasn't enough, in 2006, Charles Wells joined forces with Young's of London to take on the brewing of their beers, Young's Bitter and Young's Special. The merger also means that we now own Coburn and Campbell. This success was followed by the Courage beers arriving and more recently the famous Scottish brands McEwan's and Youngers. Today we are a brewery creating 30 distinctive beers. We have over 200 pubs across England, and they are all owned by Charles Wells. It's been a great journey, and we're ready for the future.